Welcome to Majesty's House of Music. Now this is a course on the key of G. Okay, so this is going to be a course on key G, and I'm going to be breaking down some of the things I've done in my advanced video. We have two courses, so check the links down here. We have an intermediate course and an advanced course, so make sure you check the two courses very well. They're going to help you here and there. So check out the courses. I'm going to be breaking down some of the things, some of the movements I like to use in the key of G. So I'm giving you a few advanced movements on the key of G, okay? And I'm going to be basing my lesson on what I call, I just like to call them spoilers, okay? I just like to call them spoilers. So I'm just going to be showing you some few advanced quote-unquote spoilers that these advanced musicians use, okay? So our key is G, okay? So this is one example of a spoiler. Now, we always have this chord, or let's keep it simple. Okay, so you have B and A, then you have D, G, B, and D. Okay, so that's 1/3 chord. Okay, but we like to use a spoiler. Okay, so my spoiler is this D sharp note. Okay, so you see the difference between that and this. Okay, you can even play it on both sides, but it's not a must. Okay, so this D sharp is what I call my spoiler, and my spoiler is usually the third of your bass line. So my bass line is supposed to be a B, supposed to be a 1/3, but now the third of B is this key D sharp. So okay, so you could use that to take you to the 6, okay? So instead, maybe you're playing a 1 to the 2 to the 3. So instead of you just playing the normal 3, you could do this. Maybe it takes you to the 4. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, the spoiler to the 4. Okay, simple. Now, so that's one of the spoilers I use. I'm trying to choose the simple ones for now. The other spoiler I use is on the 5. Okay, on the 5 I have such. On the 7, I mean, I have such a spoiler. So. Or maybe if you like to... No, I don't like to play it low. If I play it low, I'll show you the voicing I use. But when I play it high, that's how it looks like. So you have F sharp. Okay, this is supposed to be the chord, your 7, okay? So maybe you're playing a 6 to the 7. To the 1, okay, 6 to the 7, to the 1. So this is your 7. So that's F sharp and E on your left hand. Then you have A, D, F sharp, and A on your right hand. So if I wanted to use the spoiler, I said it's the third of my bass line. So what will I do? The third of F sharp is this, A sharp. So I could play this side, but I don't like doing that because it sounds a little bit too low. So when you're playing it high, you can do that, okay? You can have the F sharp, A sharp, and E on your left hand. Then you have A, D, F sharp, and A on your right hand. But if you do not want to do that, what you could do is, if you want to play it low, if you insist on playing it low, so play this on your right hand. So play the note on your right hand. So you have A sharp, D, F sharp, and A. Then this remains F sharp and E, okay? Okay, so you have, so like, for example, you want to play a 7, 3, 6. The same thing, a 7, 3, 6. So this is what you would do. You have your 7, 3, 6. Okay, so that's your 6. You have E, G, A, B. Then you have D, E, F sharp, A, and D. You don't have to voice it this way. You can just voice it. You have so many options. You have these. You have these. So I just decided to voice it this way this time, okay? Or whichever kind of voicing you really want to use for your 6. So E, G, A, B on your left hand, then D, E, F sharp, A, and D on your right hand. So that becomes your 6 voicing, okay? So you have your 7, you have your 3, you have your 6. And just to note, you don't have to play the whole of this chord. You don't have to play the whole extension. You can just end it on the F sharp, so that it becomes, okay? So you have these, then you have your 3, okay, the voicing. So, okay, you could have that. So you have F sharp and E, then you have A sharp, D, and F sharp. Then you could have this. This is also, it's just a substitution for the same voicing. Okay, so you have B, G, then you have B. Good. Let's say you have A. So you could have B, G, then you have A, D, D sharp, and G on your right hand. So you gotta. These are just inversions. There. Okay. So the 7 to the 3 to the 6. Okay, so it's quite simple. So you don't have to play the extension all the time. Same for the 3 chord. You don't have to play this. You could just end it on the B, okay, so that you just have that A, D. You have D, G, and B on your right hand. So on your left hand you have B, D sharp, and A. Okay. Okay. Same. Okay. Yeah. And the other trick you can use, you don't have to play the bass line if you have a bass player. So just keep it tritone. So you have D sharp and A alone. Okay. Or that. Same for the 7. If you have a bass player, you don't have to play this. You just play this. Then to the. Okay. So that was the 7 and the 3. We also have the 6. Okay, it's a 6. Looks like this. Looks like this. If you use the spoiler, looks like this. So you have E, G sharp, and D. Then you have G, C, E, and G. And like I said, you don't have to extend your right hand chord. You could just end it on the E. So you have G, C, and E. Okay, so you have E, G sharp, D, then you have G, C, E. Then that takes you to the 2. Okay, let's take you to the 2. Okay, so okay, so the chord E, G sharp, D, G, C, E. Then to your 2, that's G, B, C, and E. Then you have G, B, and D. Okay. So takes you to the 2. So the spoiler on your 6. Okay, and as I said, if you have a bass player, you don't have to play this. Just play this. These two are enough. G sharp and D. Okay. 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 Whichever voicing you want to use for the 2. Like I always say, for the 2, you can play any note on your major scale apart from your 7, as long as your 2 is a minor. Okay. You can play any note, like that voicing now. Okay, or that. You could have G, A, B, D, E, and G. You see that on your right hand. Whichever voicing you want to use. Whichever voicing you really want to use. So that's your 6. So you have your 7, you have your 3, you have your 6. Okay. That's 6 to the 2. You could play the extension or just that. Okay. Then you have also your flat 5 chord, which instead of you just playing this, instead of you just playing that, that's now your A major. For that matter, that's your A major. So that you have C sharp and B on your left hand. Then you have E, A, C sharp, and E on your right hand. Okay. So instead of you just playing that, you could add the spoiler now. My spoiler here is going to be an F note. So you have C sharp, F, and B. Then you have E, A, C sharp, and E. And like I said, you don't have to extend, so you could just end it on the C sharp, E, A, and C sharp. Okay. So this is a good substitute for the 2. Instead of you playing the major 2. Okay. So maybe you played a 6, then major 2, then 5, then 1. So instead you play as, that's your now substitute for your major 2, then your 5, then your 1. Okay, so your 6. For the 6, you can voice it using any note apart from the 4. That's if your 6 is a minor. Okay, in some special circumstances you'll have to play the 4 note, but for this you can play any note on your major scale apart from the 4 for your 6 chord. Okay, so you have your 6. Okay, you have your 6. Like I said, you don't have to play the bass note if you have a bass player. So to the flat 5, to the 5, and this I'm voicing my 5. You can voice it the same way you voice the 2. Okay, or this way. So you have D, A, C, then you have E, G, B, and D. Or you could have this way, the same way you voice your 2. So G, B, C, E on your left hand, then you have G, B, D on your right hand. Okay, so okay, if you are voicing it rootless, so then 5, and 5. Okay, yeah, and then the last chord you want to to use is your flat 2. Something like this. It's supposed to look something like this. Now that's G sharp, F sharp, then you have B, E, G sharp, and B. Okay, if you want to add the spoiler, just move the B note up to the C so that you have this. Okay, so maybe you are, or play the inversion. Okay, whichever inversion you really want to play, it doesn't matter. Okay, so then you have just something like that. So let me just break it down. So you have this. When you're playing high, you have this. So you have G, C, F sharp, then you have B, E, G sharp, and B. When you're playing it low, you could have this G sharp, F sharp, then you have C, E, G sharp, and B. Okay, so then flat 2, then to the 2. See how I'm voicing my 2? So for this time I have A, G, and C on my left hand, then I have D, E, G, and C on my right hand. Okay, so flat 2, then 2. Could even have this. Okay, that's A, F, G, C, F, G, C. So flat 2, then 2. Okay, so you have your 7, you have your flat 2, you have your 3, you have your 6, and you have your flat 5. So you have those chords. Use those chords with spoilers and they will sound a little bit more professional. You don't have to use the spoilers all the time. So that's a disclaimer. You don't have to do it all the time. I just covered a little bit. You don't have to be using the same chords on your right hand for you to use the spoilers. There are so many chords you can use, but those ones are broken down in the course, okay? The 7, 3, 6 and all that. So make sure you check our courses. I'll put the link somewhere down here. So make sure you check out our G major courses. They will be really helpful. Subscribe if you haven't. So that will be it for the lesson. I'll see you in the next one.